Hollywood.
This is Hollywood, and there's not a place in the world that's like it.
Hollywood. Joe.
Man, I love this town.
You know, as an actor, you gotta you gotta holler for a dollar any way you can, you know, and that's if you're acting in movies or you're doing voiceovers or doing stage plays or stage readings, whatever it takes to keep busy as an actor. It's a lot better than saying those 6 magic words. And of course, we all know what those 6 magic words are. Hey, you want fries with that burger? So we're going over to Voice Tracks, where I have a little voiceover job today. And hopefully we'll interview some of the people. It's a short voiceover, but it's kind of a difficult one. So we'll see how much trouble I have with it. Follow me. Ask your name?
My name is Chuck Garrick.
Chuck, and how long you been an engineer for, Chuck?
About 4 years.
Wow, so you got some time in on this, huh? And I assume this has really changed over the past 4 years, voiceovers and the tools that you use in your trade.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, with computers and digital things like that, it's changed over the years quite a bit.
Wow. What do you? Who's your most favorite voiceover artist that comes in? Excluding me, of course. You know, Chuck.
Yeah, I could never mention you. We'd have girls out front here, you know, groupies and all kinds of things, right? I don't know. I don't like to mention names, really, but I would say Johnny Lydon.
Johnny Lydon. Yeah. Wow. All right.
Hey, Johnny Rotten.
Johnny Rotten. Oh my goodness! Wow. So that's excellent. So he's going to be taking care of me today. And these guys are really, they call them engineers, but they're engineers, they're directors. They make sure that you get it right, and they take some mediocre stuff that I've done at times and made me sound good. So I thank you for it. So all right, so we're waiting on the guy to call in, and then we're ready to go. I used to, when I started doing voiceovers, drink Coke or anything. The best thing to drink for voiceovers is water, you know. So I'm going to get a little bit right now. The second best thing is that at all voiceover places, it's free. I like that. I like getting that feedback and you know, just hear yourself. And then if you have, you know, you kind of give yourself when you can massage the words and such, you know. And so that's why I enjoy getting my voice fed back into my ears. This is 24 seconds. That's why I have to say it so fast. And I like to put mustard on it, but I have a hard time with it. What we're doing now is called a patch through. And this fellow's up in Northern California. And he feeds in here. And we get his voice live, and he can talk to me over the cans. They call these cans. And I can talk to him. He can tell me what he wants and what he doesn't want, you know. But a lot of times, like I say, it's the engineer right here who, you know, catches the little mistakes, the little mispronunciations, and it's funny. Voiceovers are funny on some days like that, and other days, boy, you just can't make your mouth work.
No problem.
Okay.
How you doing today, Joe?
I'm doing good, Justin. How are you doing, my friend?
Doing fantastic. I've got our client with us here, so you're on speakerphone. So
Oh my! How do you do, ma'am or sir? I'm sorry.
you would be a sir. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thank you very much.
Very good. My name's Dan Kitchen.
It's a pleasure to talk to you, Dan. Well, I hope we can give you what you're looking for here, Dan. Let me do about 3 in a row, okay, Justin? And
Yeah, do 3 in a row. That'll be great. Then we'll give you any notes we have.
okay.
Hey, real quick, guys, I'm going to go ahead and mute you on the other end. I'll bring you up after his 3 takes.
Okay, sounds good.
Are you going to keep time, or do you need me to?
Are you going to be able to time?
Well, I can do it if you want me to.
I would love for you to.
What are we looking at?
Trying to get 24.
Okay, great, thanks.
Thank you.
And we're rolling on take 1, A, B, and C.
Sunday, May 1st, Charter Media presents Jude Johnstone in concert at Avila Beach Resorts. Experience an intimate performance to raise awareness for Options and Smile, nonprofits providing services for those with disabilities.
Okay, that's 24 seconds. Hold on 1 second, guys. I got to just make an adjustment on his mic. You're unmuted.
Okay, great. Joe, it's Avila.
Avila, okay.
Here, get this on tape.
Valley?
Look, goes up and down. Isn't that a trip? Check it out, man. Doors they open and close. It's an amazing world we live in.
You couldn't have said it better. Okay. Experience an intimate performance to raise awareness for options and smile. Experience an intimate performance to raise awareness for options and smile. Experience an intimate performance to raise awareness for options and smile. Nonprofits providing services for those with disabilities. Experience an intimate performance to raise awareness for options and smile. Nonprofits providing services for those with disabilities. Tickets are available at Valleytix outlets, valleytix.com, or 888-825-5484. Jude Johnstone's On a Good Day is available now on Bojack Records.
So I'll just, all I really need is take 3, 4, and 5 when it's full.
Now, listen, let me ask you something. How do you want these?
Well, really is AIFF. Does that work?
Yeah, I can send them as AIFF files. I can, do you want me to just email them to you?
Yeah, they'll probably be...
Voiceovers, they just have an energy all their own. It is much more difficult for me to do a voiceover with 3 or 4 words than it is with 3 or 4 pages. And I asked the guy down at Buzzy once, I said, why is that? He said, because you're not an announcer, Joe. You are a storyteller. So I guess storyteller is a good thing, and I'll take that. But these particular voiceovers, for me, for some reason, they're just very difficult. But, you know, we stumbled through them, and Jason was patient for me. So, we'll move on.
Easy to see that when you have the right music with the right movie, it can be very, very lucrative for a studio.
Oh, hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Hey.
Where have you been?
I lost my cat.
Oh, that's not right.
Yeah, so I made this cat magnet to try and get him back.
Cool. Does it work?
Kinda.
Nice.
Yeah, but that's not my cat. Gotta keep working on it. See ya.
Yeah.
Anything's possible. Keep thinking. Get started on your own inventions or just play some games at inventnow.org.
Welcome home, man.
When life's this hard, graduating can be even harder. But you can help Jose and the students in your community make it through by visiting boostup.org.
I don't know if you've heard of Brendan Cahill, but you take one look around this office and you'll know who this man is. I see the Spielberg behind us, E.T. Could you tell us a little bit about that film and your connection with it?
Yeah, I was vice president of Universal Studios, handling feature film, television, music. And I'd finished Close Encounters of the Third Kind with Stephen when I was at Columbia Pictures. And when I went to Universal, E.T. was getting ready to go into production and put all the musical elements together for him as I had for Columbia when we did Close Encounters. And I had hired John Williams at Columbia Pictures previously for Close Encounters, and he did such a remarkable job on Close Encounters. He was naturally the composer of choice for E.T. Over here is Xanadu, and I came into Xanadu when I first started actually at Universal. The picture was just going into production, and put together the elements of Olivia Newton-John and her record producer and writer, and the ELO were Jeff Beck, from the leader of ELO, was the driving force of the rock version of the music on the show, as well as Gene Kelly and Cliff Richard, who was the English, for all intents and purposes, Elvis Presley.
And excuse me, that's an incredibly full cast there. Wow, wow.
Yeah. And actually, the movie was marginally successful, but became a cult hit, and of course, the record went on to do 5.5 million records. Easy to see that when you have the right music with the right movie, it can be very, very lucrative for a studio, and very successful for both the album and the movie. Over here, we have Back to the Future, and I was involved in Back to the Future with Bob Zemeckis and Bob Gale for putting together the Chuck Berry scene in there, where one of the guys, when Chuck Berry was, or not Chuck Berry, when Michael J. Fox was performing like Chuck Berry. And there was a joke there. This guy calls him and says, Chuck, I just found the new sound for you," which, of course, was Chuck Berry's sound. And also we had the record with Huey Lewis and the News, which was very successful. And of course, the remarkable thing about Back to the Future, which not too many people know, is that in the very beginning, Eric Stoltz was cast in the Michael J. Fox part.
Oh, I did not know that.
And after 3 weeks of shooting, and you can imagine many millions of dollars, it was decided that he really wasn't right for the picture. And they shut the picture down, recast Michael J. Fox, and reshot the whole thing again.
Wow.
So those are little Hollywood tidbits you'll hear about. You know.
Where are you from, and how did you end up in good old Hollywood, USA?
Well, originally from London, England, and I was working in the music business over there, and got an opportunity to come to the States, actually by a gentleman named Mickey Dolenz, who was one of the Monkees.
Well, absolutely.
Who brought me over, and after working on the show and on the records for many years, I eventually ended up managing the group. And
the Monkees?
The Monkees,
My
yeah.
goodness. Oh.
And then we were doing mainly a lot of shows on the road, concerts, and then I left the Monkees and then joined Screen Gems Television again, which was their television producers, and was involved and put together the whole music concept for the Partridge Family.
Wow.
So, wow. And the rest, of course, is kind of history. You can see I got very successful and was very lucky. I got some great projects and worked with some of the most talented people in Hollywood.
Yeah. Well, that may be true, but in this town, everyone knows that you make your own luck. So congratulations to you, Brendan. Do you like being here, and do you like being an independent producer?
I tell you, I particularly love this office because I've been told this was the office that Charlie Chaplin, Douglas Fairbanks, and Mary Pickford planned their escape to start United Artists Pictures.
Oh, my.
So I'm waiting for the ghost of Charlie or Mary to come in one night, and I actually sleep here many nights.
Well, if you had advice to give, then a lot of kids are watching this, maybe thinking, I want to go to Hollywood, I want to act, I want to write, I want to produce. What advice, if you could just look to the camera and talk to these kids for a moment, what advice would you give them about coming to Hollywood, or if they should or shouldn't do it?
Well, you know, I don't want to be the one that says don't come, but I really was very, very fortunate, because when I came to Hollywood, it was almost as if the red carpet was laid out for me, so I see it from a different point of view. But it really is the place where you can follow your dream, and if it's the dream that you've had and you feel that you can do something to help other people, whether it be people that look at films that you might end up acting in or producing, or whether it's yourself that you would get together with a little group and all help each other along, because it's no one person can make it by themselves. It really is a collaborative effort in Hollywood, and you've got to be a team player.
Right in this lobby was Marilyn Monroe's first job.
Hello. Yes. Can I ask a few questions about the apartment on Park Street?
What was your name?
My name? My name is Juan Hernandez.
It's been rented.
Oh, it's gone. Hello, my name is Sanjay Kumar. I am calling about the apartment on Park Street.
It's not available.
Not available?
Hello, my name is Tyrone Washington. I'm calling about the apartment on Park Street.
Just been rented.
Hello, I am Chen Ling. My name is Khalid bin Ali. I'm Tuan Vo.
Hello, my name is Moshe Goldberg.
I use a wheelchair. It's gone. Not available. All right. Thank you.
Yes, hello, my name is Graham Wellington. I'm calling about the apartment for rent on Park Street. Is that still available?
Yes, it is.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Really?
Housing discrimination is illegal. If you think you've been a victim because of your race, color, national origin, sex, religion, disability, or family status, call us. Fair housing. It's not an option. It's the law.
When life's this hard, graduating can be even harder. But you can help Estevez and the students in your community make it through by visiting boostup.org.
The odds of a child becoming a professional golfer? 1 in 140,000. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism? 1 in 150. You know the odds of autism. Now learn the signs. Go to autismspeaks.org.
This is the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel. It is the oldest still active hotel in all of Hollywood, and it is the jewel in the crown of Hollywood. The who's who of Hollywood or the world stay here when they come to this most marvelous city. Now here, right in this lobby, was Marilyn Monroe's first job, right here. You know what it was for? It was a print job for toothpaste. You know what a print job is? A print job is, it's not film, it's not moving, they just take the picture. It was the first commercial right here. Flash forward about 8 or 9 years, she lived here on the 12th floor. Now, it is said, I mean, I wasn't there, but the rumors are that in room 1232, she had an affair with Clark Gable. And at 1:15 every night in room 1232, at 1:15, the phone rings. And the desk picks it up, but nobody's there. And it used to be in the day at 1:15, Clark Gable would call down for room service. Clark Gable's gone, Marilyn Monroe's gone, phone, it still rings. Also, in the room 1232, the maids and such said that on any given day, when you're cleaning up there, the reflection from the mirror, you see Marilyn Monroe. Some great stories here. You know, wherever I go, I can't seem to get rid of this guy, Charlie Chaplin. He's in front of the Hollywood Museum. He's sitting here in the lobby of the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel. He's everywhere in Hollywood. And you know what? It should be that way. Because every place in Hollywood, in early Hollywood, it's got Charlie Chaplin's fingerprints on it. Man, you can't talk about Hollywood without talking about Charlie Chaplin. And you can't mention the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel without Charlie Chaplin, because without Charlie Chaplin, this place wouldn't have been built. He was one of the prime investors to make this place happen. So thank you, Charlie. It's a beautiful place, and I hope wherever you're at, you're happy. God bless you. This is called the Cinegrill. Now, it's of course been modernized in the last 40 or 50 years. But this is the room where Mary Martin had her first job. She sang here for $35. That's a week, not a night. Now, who is Mary Martin? Oh, jeez. Give me a break. Mary Martin was the absolute first Peter Pan. And here's another side note. Only women have played Peter Pan. She was the absolute first on stage and then again on film. Now, Mary Martin, famous son, J.R. And who shot J.R.? You know the whole thing, Dallas? Larry Hagman, that's her son. But Mary Martin, she was the real star. There is a movie called Little Miss Curly Top, and it stars Shirley Temple and Bojangles. Now, there is an incredible dance number in that movie where they're dancing up and down the stairs and sliding down the rails, etc., etc. This staircase here in the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel is where Bojangles taught Shirley Temple how to do that dance. This is that staircase. Wow. You see, in Hollywood, things aren't just staircases or streets or rooms. They're history, man, and they're film history. What a great time. Now, here is where the Hollywood elite stay today. Now, you're not going to find them, at least not very often, out there among the regular people. But when they check into the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel, they check in back here. It's very secretive, very private, and as you can see, it's still pretty early in the morning, so nobody's out except the birds. But, you know, Hollywood people, they're in town, or they come in from New York, they want to stay here. This is where they stay, not over there. What is that, Huell Hauser? Is that you? Excuse me, are you Huell Hauser?
That's me.
Oh my God. My name is Joe Estevez. Awfully nice to meet you. Can I just get a short interview with you?
I think you are right now.
I tell you, I go around town and I say, oh my goodness, I'm doing Huell Hauser again. Because I love your love of the city and how you just are so enthused and the audience picks up that enthusiasm.
And your
so,
shirt today matches the Hockney pool. Come on over here.
Okay.
I was actually here with David Hockney and Vincent Price.
Oh my goodness.
When David explained to us how he painted this. He painted this maybe 10 years ago, and what happened was it faded down to nothing. These stripes, these little curlicues almost went away. And now I guess the hotel has repainted them so that they're back in their original form. But this is a David Hockney pool. It's a very famous pool. And obviously the hotel has redone a lot of this area too, because it looks just great back here.
Well, now maybe you could give us the inside story. Huell, can I call you Huell?
You may.
Now, I was telling the folks is that the Hollywood elite, when they come to stay at the Hollywood Roosevelt, they don't stay here. They come back and stay in these
out
cabanas.
here.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, the beauty of this place is, I mean, anybody can check in here for a weekend. Locals can check in here for a weekend, and you could be in another world. I mean, it's hard to believe when you're here that you're half a block off of Hollywood Boulevard, busy Hollywood Boulevard, because with the exception of the sound of the trees being trimmed back here today, usually it's very quiet back here. People kind of hang out by the pool. They have a pool bar. You can be served your meals out here.
Absolutely.
You're in these little cabanas out here, and it's just an amazing getaway from the bustle of Hollywood.
Now, the show California Gold, how's that doing? I mean,
it's doing fine.
I watch it every chance I get. I really do.
We're in our 15th year
and
have just scraped the surface. We've still got a lot more to do. So I guess what I should do is tell you that if you have designs on my job, I'm just letting you know that you can wait a while, because nothing is going to change for a while. We've got enough material, and I've still got enough years left in me that I'm planning on doing this. Actually, my plans are to die on the air.
Oh my goodness.
At the end of one of my shows, I'll say goodbye, and then I'll just fall over dead in a sand dune, and the credits will be the sand blowing over my body, and people at home will say, well, I guess that's Huell's last show.
My work is done here. This man is the king here in Hollywood. I am not worthy.
And see what happened? I finished your show for you. You
Absolutely.
don't have to fill in all with a bunch of extra stuff now.
Absolutely.
I filled it in
go home.
for you.
Yeah. Gentlemen,
thank you very much.
Our work here is through. Mr. Hauser, you're the best.
Well, Joe.